How's everybody doing tonight? Um, so what is this? Day 8? Yeah, so day 8 of this Heat Bayonet. It's we're not really supposed to be up to day 8, but for whatever reason, we keep having short days on the days that we work on this. Um, and that's probably going to be the case again today because it's already 11:30 and I'm just starting and I got to get up early tomorrow. So, not sure why that is, but that's the way it's been going. And frankly, it's probably appropriate because if you look at this puzzle model, whatever you want to call it, it's very simple. I think I described it yesterday as being like a diving board. I mean, can you believe this is what we've been working on for like, this is the 8th day? Sorry. Weird that just made that sound. Anyway, I guess the microphone's working. So, yeah. That doesn't look like 8 days worth of work, right? That looks like one day? Maybe? I mean, these are like plastic pieces. It's not like there was wood pieces. There's no even challenge to putting them in. Anyway, whatever it is, it is. Okay, so we stopped yesterday because it said open bag 2. Oh, about that. We had 4 of these boxes previously. Now we have just 2 boxes. There's no row underneath. I combined the top and bottom layers on both sides. I think this second half will go faster. We're actually up to the staple. So this is why I stopped yesterday after 34 minutes, because not only did it say 2 here, but there's a staple. So we're 50% of the way through, according to the pieces available and according to the booklet. But I think it's going to go quicker than that. I think the second half will not take 7 days. Let's see. Let's see what it takes. All right, so I guess we're up to 51, and that has 5 pieces. It has a red 1x15, and it has 4 of those 1/3, 2/3 pieces. So let's find those pieces. Let's clear some space so we have somewhere to put the pieces we find. So 4 of these. All right. So this is going to bring us to 254 pieces. Well, not the 4 of those, but the 4 of those plus the 5th piece, which is the red 15. I don't know, 15. I just kind of picked one. This is going to have 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, that's 15. All right, so there's our 5 pieces. Now, what do they want to do with them? I just basically stick them in there. That's all we need to do. All right. So, pick up the 15. We're going to put the sort of 2/3 end in. All right, so pick up the 15. We're going to put them in. All of them are going to go in the long end. So, second from this side, third from this side, and now there's going to be 2 in the middle. I don't know how to do this. It's basically 3, like skip 3, put it in the 4th. I don't know. My hand, I think, was blocking it. I don't know what's the best angle to show that. 1 from the edge on front, 2 from the edge in back, skip 3, put in here, skip 3, put in here, and that should leave 2 in the middle. 2 in the middle. There you go. There's the assembled piece. And that's it for 51. Moving on to 52. There's 2 pieces, which they're going to attach to this piece. They don't tell us the sizes, so we got to count them. All right, the red pieces with the sort of side holes. So a red piece with 4 side hole pieces. Is that what this is? Yeah, that's what that is. All right, so 2 pieces brings us to 256. And then they want another red piece. This one with, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 7 side hole. Another side hole. This time 7 side holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now to put this together, it's going to go onto the previous one. I'm not sure if it matters what side you build from. It didn't show the logo that says spin the piece around, so I'm going to assume we keep it the orientation we had. So that means it's the 1/3 pieces. I think it's easier to put the 4 hole on first, and the pins are going to go through the 1st and 3rd holes. How am I missing? This is like the easiest should be the easiest thing to do. All right, so there you go. 1st and 3rd holes. All right. And then the next one's going to go on like right on top. Well, I mean, right next to the 1st piece. And that's going to go through the 1st and 3rd holes. There it is. 1st and 3rd holes. All right. So that's what we built so far. Nothing too crazy. Moving on to 53. All right. Instruction 53. Look at this. We needed 13 red. So that's a little short of the 15 red, which we used previously. And we need 8 of those 1/3, 2/3 pieces. So that's 9 pieces total. So that's going to bring us up to 265 pieces. Sorry for that noisy chair. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're kind of running out of these pieces. 5, 6. I mean, not that we're going to run out in this instruction, but I just wonder how close we are to the end. If we're already, like visually down with those pieces. All right. Which one's the 13? Shorter one, I guess, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, that's a 13. All right. What do we need to do with this 13? Wow. What the hell is going on here? I think we're going to stick this thing like 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 times. Okay, so. All right. That's what we're going to do. It shows putting this one in first. We're again putting the long end in. I think it's actually going to be easier, though, to count from the other end. So each of the first 5 holes gets one of these. And then we'll start counting spaces in between. Oh, that's not the right one. That one's a plus sign. They want the cylinder one. Cylinder on both sides. Remember last time I ran out of plus sign pieces because I probably used one where cylinder is supposed to go. It won't mess anything up as long as we don't run out of the plus sign pieces. All right, so the bottom 5 each get a cylinder. Then we skip one hole and put in the next hole. All right, and then we skip another and put in the next hole. And that should leave 1, 2, 3 blank. All right. So that's done for 53, unless they show it getting attached. They do. So 53 gets attached. Okay. So I think we have to pick up this piece, spin it around, and when we attach this piece, I don't know, again, I don't know which end. Let's keep the orientation we had. So after we attach it, all 5 of these bottom pins should appear out here. So just make that happen. Whatever that ends up being the 1, 2, and 4 side holes is how you make that happen. Why is this? It should be easier than that. I guess I'm not lining it up straight. Anyway, that's what it looks like. It kind of looks like something. What does that look like? A mace? Anyway, it looks like that. All right, so that's it for 53. Let's move on to 54. Why does this say 13? Is that as many pictures as I took? 78. No, here. Yep. I don't know. I think these pictures are a little out of order. So, what is this one? Yep. Yeah. Wow. I need to take more pictures. Or just work. Or just work off the book. Let's just work off the book and I'll take pictures some other time. I can't believe that I ran out of these pictures. All right. Let's work from the book. That's going to shorten this program because I like to have the instructions in the corner of the screen. I like that screen just looks empty without the instructions. Anyway, 54 has 4 pieces, one of them doubled, so 5 pieces. So that brings us up to 270 pieces. And the pieces are 2 of these, what are those things called? Beige 50/50s. And then a gray little cappy. Those are like the half-size ones. There's a gray little cappy. And then they want a rod that's like exactly this size. Let's get the T piece first. So a T piece, it's red, and it has 3 on each side. I think I saw one of those. Yeah, there it is. Now, that little rod piece, is it buried in this bucket or is it in this? Let's check this first because that's less pieces. Yeah, I don't see it over here, which means that it's in the big bucket, which means it's going to take a little effort to find it. Because this is crowded with stuff. I'm not seeing any of that type of piece. Like, it's looking for a rod. Actually, here's one such piece, but it's way bigger than the one they're looking for. But the fact that there was a piece there means there could be another piece. So I have to kind of look carefully here. There it is, probably. That piece looks a little big. Look at the 1-to-1 here. That piece seems a little big. Is there possibly a smaller piece? I'll use that piece if we can't find the right size. But probably there will be the right size buried in here somewhere. That's not it. That's even bigger. How about this piece? Too big. What about the possibility that the 1-to-1 image is wrong? Right? Maybe the picture's a little bigger than it's supposed to be, or a little smaller. Because, you know, we gotta, if we don't find another piece, then this is the piece. If we don't find a piece that's the right size, then we take the piece that's the closest we found to the right size. I hate to do that, because I could be taking the wrong piece, but how much time am I going to spend looking for a piece that potentially doesn't exist? Alright, are these three pieces, is one of them the smallest of these three? No. These two are the same size. This one's bigger. It really is close, but close is not good enough. We need the exact size. I'm going through it slowly, pushing the pieces across basically one at a time, so that if the right size piece exists, I'll see it. If it doesn't exist, then we're going to take the piece that's almost the right size. Alright, almost there. I think it's going to be tough to work with this bucket because there's this very repetitive piece here, and it's all over. It's like everywhere. I probably should have given that piece its own bucket. For now, I'm just going to take it out because it's so many that it's burying all the other pieces. There's so many copies of this piece. Oh, I saw something. I thought I saw something. See what I mean about this piece burying? You can't even tell if you see anything or not. Yeah. There could be pieces hiding inside of other pieces. Especially the piece we're looking for because it's small and thin. It definitely could be hiding some, like inside of another piece. Alright, I think we got out all of those repetitive pieces. Let's see if we can find the piece we're looking for. We're again going to touch every piece. But at least we'll be satisfied now if we don't find it. Although we have to go back and check the first bucket because it is a small piece. Maybe it's in the first bucket. Alright, let's go check this bucket. It definitely could be here because it's not much bigger than, you know, one of these pieces. Is it definitely black in color? I wouldn't say definitely. I'll take any color that's the right size. Oh no. What about this white one? We can't take the white one. Especially because it has a cap on the end. Red. I'm measuring it against the 1-to-1. Oh my goodness, I think this is the piece. Because look, these other reds, they have like notches on them, and this one doesn't. And we are working in the color red. I just don't understand why the instructions showed a black piece. Yeah, that's it. So we're looking for a red piece here. I feel like this is one of those times when these instructions videos I'm doing is actually helpful. Because a lot of people are going to think, no, it can't be the red piece. It's the red piece. All right, so now we have gray cappy, 2 beige 50/50s, a small pipe, and a 3x3T. All right, time to get to work. So this is what we got to do. I wish I had a button. I wish that YOLO box had a button that I could snap a pic. I'm going to suggest that. That you can snap a pic and leave it as a freeze frame. Well, anyway, I gotta suggest that to YOLO box. If you don't mind, I'm gonna make a note to myself right now. I'll just say YOLO screen, and that will remind me. All right. So I just made a note off camera. Because I know that it's YOLO box, they like when you make suggestions and then they do them and then they claim to be brilliant engineers. I mean, they basically just put like streaming software with a ton of macros onto a, what do they call this type of operating system? It's like on a Samsung, an Android tablet with a bunch of HDMI ports and an Ethernet port, and they enable it with a SIM card. Basically, they just combine a bunch of other stuff. I actually have done some inventions like that myself, and I gotta say, it's the way to go, because when you create something new, I mean, yes, you can patent it, and then people are gonna steal your patent anyway. But when you use all off-the-shelf parts, you can get them like really cheaply. You don't have to set up manufacturing, and it's like you're just ready to go. All right, so let's hold this in the same orientation that they have it. Okay, so like this, and then the T goes on. Skip the first two, and then it goes right there. And then the gray cappy goes into the bottom of the T. Okay. And we sort of skipped something, but this doesn't seem possible. Saying this goes into here doesn't seem possible. So maybe this isn't the right piece. Is there a piece that's skinnier than that? Oh, let's try this piece. That definitely doesn't fit. All right, this piece. None of them fit. None of these pieces fit. All right, let me take another look at the instructions to see if that's really what they want. Okay, this red piece is not the piece. What they're looking for is this piece. This like really skinny tubular piece. That's what they're looking for. So I'm going to have to clip that part where I'm saying use the red piece, because that's a lie. All right, so it is a black piece, but it's like a skinny tube. All right, and then the beige pieces. All right, so let's say we're holding it like this. The beige pieces are going to go in this very end slot, and then the second one here. I'm not sure what we're building. What we've been building all episodes so far. But all right, so 55 has two pieces. One with 4 side pieces and one with 7. They're like those red pieces. So 55 has 2 pieces. We're up to 272. 4 on the side. 7 on the side. 4 on the side, 7 on the side. Well, what do we do with them? What's this long pin doing here? Oh, that's from the back. All right, from the back, there's that long pin. Okay. So we got to flip it around. And the second and fourth hole in the 4-hole piece. That's what goes here. Second and fourth hole. All right. And then the 7-hole piece just goes right after that. If you want confirmation, this goes in the first hole. But really, it's just clip it on as soon as you can. Why is it so tough to get this on? Should be easy, right? I mean, it snaps on pretty good once you finally get it on, but it takes a little bit of effort to get it on. All right, 56. 56, we need, oh my goodness, 16 black cappies, 1 red 3x3 tee, and 2 beige 50/50s. All right. 16 black cappies. All right, so we're adding 19 pieces here. So what's 72 plus 19? Is that 91? 291? 72 plus 19? It's probably 291. I don't know. It is now. Okay, so 16 black cappies. I wouldn't even have thought that we have that many. And they're a little bit beyond cappies, by the way. There's a little like nub at the other side. They're not 50/50s and they're not totally cappies. They're little nubbers. 2, 3. I might as well just grab all of them, right? I mean, how many of them are there? 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're halfway there. 1. Anyone play any good video games lately? What system do you play? Everyone, it's consoles making a comeback, right? Like maybe from like, I don't know what you want to say, like maybe from 1995 to 2015, let's call it, just to make it an even 20-year period. It seems like the consoles ruled gaming, but I feel like people are back to PCs. Consoles have a place. They're kind of like cheap and easy, but just the model changed. Like when the games originally started on PCs, the model was like give it away for free and people trade it on the PC and then they eventually buy the game. And now it's back to like give it away for free and then people buy like in-game items. So I guess it's kind of like PC world. You get wider. You get more users, you know. Console, you need people who've already committed to it, which, you know, remarkably, consoles really did do well for a while. But seems like not lately, kind of beyond their time or something. Some weird piece. Hold on a second. All right, guys. We got our 16 cappies, our 2 beige, and our 1 little T there. What are we supposed to do with all this stuff? What? What do we... Okay. One thing at a time. All right. Okay. The T goes here. But don't you think it gets a little cappy through it? Like it got to, right? No. According to the picture, no. I don't see a cappy here. I just see this single bar coming through. All right, so let's just do it. So we're going to line the T up on one side with the T on the other side, and that bar is going to go through. Now, on the other side, there's a gray cappy. On this side, there's not. I can't tell you why, but that's the way it is in the instructions. So, of course, that is what we're going to do. All right, so there you go. One piece. One of our 19 pieces is in. All right, next, the two beige pieces. So if I pick this up, yeah. So it starts with a 4, goes into a 7, goes on the first, the one beige goes on the first slot on the 4, and the other goes the second slot on the 7. I don't know if that makes sense by words, but visually it should. So there's the two beige pieces. Now, we still have 16 of these cappies. So what the hell is supposed to happen to them? Well, it's some very meticulous work here. Looks like they go in the second row, and then the 4th and 5th row, and then the 8th and 9th row, and then the 11th and 12th row. I'm not even sure. We're just going to do this like one at a time. All right, so the second row gets 2 cappies. And I think we're going to talk in relative terms. Like after the second row, how many until the next one? All right. So there's 2 of them in the second row. Make sure you got the T facing down. All right. What's the next row? All right. Skip 1 row and then fill in the next 2 rows. So after that will be 6 through our 16. So it's not too bad. We'll get there. And then this whole thing will probably clip into this whole thing, and we'll be connecting like 16 plus pins at once, and it'll probably be annoying but satisfying when complete. Excuse me. All right, 6 pins in. What's next? Next, we skip 2 rows and then add 4 more. Skip this row, fill in these 4. Now we're up to 10, leaving 6 remaining black cappies. Anyone drive on the Garden State Parkway today? Traffic was so bad. It was. It's going to be like that all summer. I think it's like that every summer. People just love to drive to South Jersey in the summer. That's like some really important thing for everybody. And then it's kind of a holiday, Father's Day. I don't know if that affects anything. Anyone have like Father's Day plans? I had like kind of simple plans, and I heard some other people. I mean, people just want to spend time with their families. Like, I don't understand what's going on in America and the West in general. Like, somehow in like Asia, Africa, the Middle East, or Eastern Europe, basically everywhere but the West, Mexico, South America. I'm seriously just naming every country but the West. Like, everybody understands that it's nice to have a family. For some reason in the West, we're like teaching it's better to have a career, and to have like casual relations rather than committed relations. I don't know who's like in charge of the West culture, but those people need to be fired because, to put it in blunt terms, this is a recipe for non-existence. I mean, you must have families to have. I mean, not just to have a culture. I mean, you could create art without having a family, but in order to have a culture that persists for more than one generation, I mean, it's just a statement of logic that you need to have families. Like, I don't understand what the cultural elites of the West are trying to achieve, but we should all reject it. And I'm not saying that you all need to have families. Maybe you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something, some type of really important person that doesn't have time for a family. I mean, fine if that works for you. But like, we're seeing that in regular people. Regular people are like, I'd rather go to cosplay parties than have kids. Really? Is it really? You really feel that way? Because, again, not trying to tell you how to live your life, but once you do have kids, I mean, you want to spend time with them. It's nice. It's fun. It's like, there's nothing better. So yeah, that's my kind of feeling on that. All right, that was a bit of a tangent. How did we get there? Oh, traffic and Father's Day. Well, yeah, I mean, tell it like it is, though, right? That's what's kind of good, I think, about the format of this show, is that because there is no format and no topics, that you just get to hear, like, what a regular person thinks about regular stuff that comes up. Because you don't really get that in the media. In the media, you get a lot of, like, scripted content. Like, even when it's not supposed to be scripted, it somehow is. All right, so, sorry, just to give you, in 57, we need 4 6-hole pieces and 4 7-hole pieces. So I'm just collecting those pieces. So, yeah, so when you just do some casual thing, it's kind of like in the olden days when you would have like an apprenticeship and you would learn something. Like, we're not really apprenticing anything here. We're just putting models together. But the fact still remains that we're like normal people doing a normal thing and chit-chatting while we're at it. And you'd be surprised potentially be surprised at how important that is to culture. And I'm not trying to make anyone's culture win over anyone else's. I'm just telling you, this is culture. Whatever you talk about, whatever you and I talk about, that is culture. There's like, whatever's on TV, that's scripting. I mean, I'm not saying that someone couldn't do some brilliant work on TV, and I'm sure a lot of people do, but it's not the same as just living your life and talking to people. Like, that's like so much more important than you would ever realize. Like, talking to your parents, talking to your grandparents, talking to your peers, talking to your mentors, talking to the people you hire, talking to the people you train. It's like, you and I, we need to talk to people. Like, the TV needs to shut up, or people need to tune it out. The TV has had far too much to say in all of our lives, and we've had far too little to say to the people in our lives. I know it's a really simple statement. It probably sounds like something Kamala Harris's speechwriter would come up with. But in this case, it's really true. Like you are more important than the TV. You talking to your kids or your friends or your neighbors is more important for everyone. I want to say our culture, but that could be interpreted as like like, oh, this guy's trying to, you know, something culture. Let's just say it's more important for everybody. Like, what you have to say to your neighbor is more important than what the TV has to say. I know someone is getting paid millions to create that TV content. It doesn't mean it's any good. In fact, it's bad because their goal is to get you to tune in again tomorrow. That's not how life works. Life, you're just thrown together and for whatever reason, and you just happen to chat, and that's how it works. That's how it works well. That's how it works best. So I found the 4 7-hole pieces, but I only found 3 of the 6-hole pieces. What am I doing wrong here? Why can't I find... Did I accidentally put it in this pile? I like can't move forward until I find that piece. Did it fall out somewhere? Like these pieces fell out. Is it underneath something? Alright, we have to look at every piece till we find it. Alright, where is this piece? That we can't find. It's hiding. It's very good at hiding. Wow. Is this it? This is it. Alright, I guess I was bad at looking more than it was good at hiding. Alright, so we're up to 299 pieces. 57. What do we have to do with these pieces? Stack them on top, like pepperoni on a pizza. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Which piece is which? What's the pattern? These are definitely 3-hole. What are these? Alright, this is a strange pattern. Alright, these both are 3-hole. These both are 7-hole. These both are 7-hole, and then these both are 3-hole. So the 3 holes go at the end edges. I don't know why I'm calling them 3 holes. They're actually 6 holes. The 6 holes go at the ends, and the 7 holes go in the middle. And where they start is where these cappies end. So let's kind of map one of these out before we push them in. So 6, 7. I just want to see if it's going to fit before I push it in. Wow, it won't balance. All right, 7. Seven needs to stay. Can't be flopsing around. And then 6. I think 6 is then gonna go and leave like Alright. Yeah, I think that's right. Let's do that. 6, 7, 7, 6. That's the pattern. Alright. Does it go through first hole? Where does this go? Yeah. Yeah, the first one. No? Is it the second one? Second one. Okay. Second one. There we go. That's how it goes. The second cappy, no, the first cappy goes in the second 6 hole. Let's do one whole side. I feel like if we do both sides, we could mess up. And then we just put them like right next to each other. Just go right down the line here. That looks accurate. All right. Let's do the other side. So 2-hole. First pin goes in 2-hole. All right. It's another night where we're like not getting much done. What is it about this puzzle that it goes so slow? I feel like we're putting in a lot of pieces. Why are we not getting anywhere? It's like we turn the pages, we put in the pieces. There's like less and less pieces here, but still we haven't built anything yet. I'm not sure we're ever going to build anything. This is just that type of puzzle that doesn't do anything. All right. Anyway. 58. All right, great. 58, we're going to attach these two pieces. So I guess we're going to pick up tomorrow with 59. Now, how do we attach 58? Great question. Let's see. Can you see? I can't. All right, there's a little green arrow. All right, so the first side hole is where the first green arrow goes. And then the second one goes in between two. I'll show you. All right. So the first one goes. Wait a second. Oh no, these are what go. Okay, these are already here. Oh, this is going to be easier than I thought. It's actually these beige pins that are going to go through existing slots. So that's going to kind of make it easier to do, in my opinion. All right, so we have this orientation with this like hammerhead shark formation at the top here. And then this like T section is going to go at that same end. And then these two beige pieces, they're going to go in these two like waiting slots. Yeah, they line up perfectly. And then tomorrow we're probably going to build the structure, the mirror version of that structure. All right, so that's it. And that gets us back to one piece. Oh, and this thing like moves. Like, look at this. Because of the rubber bands from yesterday. I don't know what that's going to do when one is built. I'm afraid to let it go. And it could break the pieces, but that's pretty cool. Something's working. Wow, this puzzle that I've been ragging on for 8 days might actually end up being cool when complete. But you know what? It's good. Because I can go when I do the compilation video and I can voice over at the beginning and say like, I know it looks lame now, but trust me, it's going to be cool. I probably, when I should do those compilation videos, I probably should start them with a little... I should start them by showing what it's going to be when complete. Or would that ruin the mystery? I don't know. Let me think of a proper way to present this. I'll do something. Because I don't want people giving up on the video and then it turns out to be cool. And we're not sure that it's going to be cool, but it just got a hell of a lot cooler. So let's stick with this. Let's see what we get over the next few days. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's not. I'm John Rapp, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.